We love sharing Colorado with you guys. And what we're doing for this video is, as we're kind of preparing for our trip in the next couple of days, we just get a lot of questions by our local friends and family that are new to four-wheeler riding, or people that are just started out exploring Colorado, kind of how to get started out there, how things work, how to get your ATV tagged, what apps to use, just asking us how we do things. So here is question number one, probably one of our most asked questions is, especially from our friends coming in from out of state, is do you have to tag or license or register your four-wheelers in Colorado? And the answer is yes. You have to get one of those green tags right there. They're super easy to get, especially if you are staying at our Mountainscape Lodge. Woodland Park has a lovely super center Walmart that is just right down the road from us. That's where we usually register at. You just go to the outdoor sporting goods counter, just like if you were getting a fishing license or something. And you just tell them that you need to tag an ATV for a non-resident. And I think it's like $20, $25 an ATV. And you just slap that sucker right on there, and then you're all good and legal. And get them on the website. I think it's the Colorado Conservation website. You can order them online. If you order them online, they're actually a little nicer. They're a sticker, so you don't have to tape them on your ATV, but they do take about 2 weeks, week to 2 weeks to get in the mail. So we usually forget until last moment, so we just normally run up to Walmart and do it. And there's other stores that you can do that too. I think there's even a couple ranger stations, I'm not for sure, that you can do that at, but anyway, that is super simple. So yes, question number one, you do have to tag if you're riding out of state for Colorado. We also get asked about helmet laws. So Colorado does not require helmets. Right. Clint just hopped out and went into Walmart and got our tags for our four-wheelers for this trip. And to move on to question number two, Clint, is people ask us how we find our trails and navigate. All right, so we're back home. We have our four-wheelers tagged, and now we're moving on to question number two. How do we find our trails? Well, I am a map junkie, and these are really great maps. We picked them up here at a little store just right up from our house called Big D Cycle, maybe. It's a four-wheeler ATV store, and they have marked on there what trails and what sizes. I just love maps. When I'm home at Missouri and I'm bored, I study our four-wheeler maps. I know I'm kind of nerdy. And then I got super excited. We went up to Rampart Reservoir a while ago, and one of the rangers gave me the latest road map for our area. So I have those all spread out on the floor here, and they tell you what roads, county roads out here and trails, what size of vehicles are allowed on them. So I am getting ready to have some fun and do some highlighting and picking out some trails, because we're gonna hit the road tomorrow. So question number two is, how do we find our trails? Maps, maps, and more maps, and a great app called Cotrex. So this Cotrex app is a must. It has been so fun to use this last year. So you come in here, it works like a GPS, like, you know, using maps on your phone, and you can pick what type of trails you're looking for. It's not even just for ATV. There's hiking, biking, horseback riding, and so you just pick your trails, and then it follows along with you just like a GPS. And so the green trails there are, I think I had picked side by side, good enough for 50 inches or more. So look at all these trails that we have around us here. So they're really easy to find. Plus it tracks you while you're on your trail. So that way, if you're on a trail that you like, you can go right back to that same place. It's just been a lot of fun using this. So definitely recommend getting the Cotrax app. So there is our answer for question number 2. How do we find our trails? Maps, exploring, and Cotrax. We're out here on the trail today, and we're going to answer question number 3, is how do I know if my ATV or OHV will fit on what trails and what one am I allowed on? So we're kind of at a trail section here, and so I'm going to show you this trail here that we are on is 357. It's a wide trail. My understanding is if your vehicle is narrower than the trail, then you're allowed on it. So here is 717 out here in the Rural Ridge area, and it is 50-inch or less trail. So Clint's Big Grizzly is barely going to fit through that. So we could take that trail if we wanted to today. We've taken it before, and it's a narrow trail. So these narrow trails are more for ATV and dirt bikes, to where these wider trails are more for your side-by-side and your ATVs. See the gates? If you can fit through the gates and your wheels don't go over the trails, then it's my understanding that you're allowed on it. Each trail is going to be marked with numbers and signs, and it's going to tell you what's allowed on it. So road size, big Jeeps and side-by-sides are not allowed on this. Four-wheelers and dirt bikes are. So you just don't want to hang over your trail.
Well, sometimes you get between the rocks.
Yeah, like Clint just said, there's a lot of rocks in this area, and sometimes the trail gets so narrow that you'll get stuck. So there's your answer for question number 3. Okay, so while Clint is flying his drone, I'm going to answer question number 4, is what all do you pack when you're on the trail? If you're not from high altitude areas, it might be something a little different to take a little while to get used to. So we pack plenty of water. We always pack a bag of snacks, and I usually kind of double bag them. So we have a trash bag so we can take our trash out with this. Protein stuff like nuts, potted meat, just any little snack you like. And then I always carry our maps just in case our technology fails us, because we don't want to just rely on our cell phones. Also a must-have, especially if you are the follower of the gang, is to have one of these handy dandy masks, because girls, they are for your hair. You can wrap your bun up in them. They can be for the dirt. If it's hot, you can stop at a creek and soak them and keep your neck and back cool. So we pack a lot of good stuff. Just don't forget the snacks and water, because if you're not used to high altitude, you really use up your energy fast up here in the mountains. Also, if you're going to be out for a long time, make sure you might have a change of dry clothes with you. I always keep a sweatshirt. Even here, it's 4th of July weekend and rain's starting to come in. It's starting to really cool down, so I have a sweatshirt with me just in case. Just different things like that. You always have to be prepared. Think of if you got stranded out here in the mountains overnight, what would you need? And just kind of compact that. Clint always just straps his bag down to the four-wheeler, and then we're all good to go. So number 1, food, water, maps, something for protection, and anything you might need in case you got stranded overnight. So there is question number 4. Here's question number 5. Is there camping along the trails? Heck yeah, look at this campsite. Totally free. You just got to be the first one to get to it. Well, there you go. There is our 5 most common asked questions that we get from friends and family when they are asking us about taking the four-wheelers out. Hey, if you're looking for a place to stay and you're gonna be out in the Woodland Park, Colorado Springs area, check us out on Airbnb. Our house is called Mountainscape Lodge. You can find us by searching Woodland Park, Colorado, then Mountainscape Lodge. We love sharing Colorado with you guys.